Right now we're on Fat Loser Tool number 8. Realize that very good compliance on your diet and exercise program is bad. You need to be 100% compliant or you will fail. Remember that you're building a new set of habits that you're going to be using the rest of your life. This isn't a temporary process. You're going to be doing this until they haul you off in a pine box. So even the slightest slip in compliance could cause your new habit pattern to begin to unravel. See, it's not the cheating that does you in. It's what cheating does to your mind. For example, have you ever cheated just a little and then thought, oh, what the heck, I've already cheated. I might as well cheat all the way and just start over again on Monday. We've all done this because this is how the human brain works. We are products of our dominant habits, which includes habits of thinking, of course. The thought habits that made you fat will keep you fat unless they are broken and replaced. The problem is the old way of thinking has a big head start on the new way of thinking. Those old thought habits will have you stuffing your face more than ever. 100% compliance is the secret to building new thought habits. 95% compliance is nasty because it has you attempting to build new thought habits while simultaneously making you believe you can hold on to the old ones. You can't. Your eating and exercise program is the effect, not the cause. Every behavior we exhibit is simply an effect. Thinking is the cause. If all you do is fix the effect, you won't succeed long term. Like weeds that grow back, the old thought habits will return. But if you change your thought habits one step at a time, day by day, you will eventually fix the root of the problem. Then all you have to do is stand guard at the door of your mind with a machine gun and protect your new thought habits. The good news is it's much easier to guard the door than it is to build new habits. You can look forward to the process getting easier all the time. Fat Loser Tool number 9, uncover your emotional motivators. Take the time to think about the emotional benefits of being thin and healthy. Does it motivate you when people tell you how good you look? How about the feeling of putting on a pair of jeans that fit loosely? How about the excitement of knowing that you set out to get thin and healthy and you did it? You didn't just try it, you did it. Does that make you feel great? Whatever your emotional motivators turn out to be, don't pass judgment on them. So many people in our Fat Loser program believe they have to have this noble set of emotional motivators because they're ashamed of what really motivates them. I've been studying emotional motivation for over 20 years, and I can tell you with some authority that those waters run very, very deep. What appears to be a simple surface motivator can have very deep roots. For example, I can remember being at a party when I was in high school, and this really hot, smoking cheerleader called me a skinny little tennis player, and a lot of people heard it. I was really embarrassed. The next day I started lifting weights on my older brother's weight bench for the sole purpose of never being embarrassed again by my physique. Every time I didn't feel like working out and following my schedule, I would replay the scene and I'd be back on that weight bench. 2 years later, I saw that same girl while I was standing in the high school parking lot with a bunch of my friends after a football game, and we had our shirts off, and we were all standing around the car, and she was with a group of her cheerleader friends, and they all walked up and came over to us. Now, normally she would ignore me, but this time she walked straight up to me and said, "Wow, what happened to you? Man, you are totally ripped, dude. You have a great body." And this was in front of all my friends and, more importantly, the entire senior cheerleading squad. I levitated off the ground for at least a week. It was one of the great moments of my adolescence. I got to tell you, it was worth every night I had to sweat in the basement lifting those rusty old weights. I would do it all over again. Here's the point of my story. I know it's vain. I know it's shallow, but it worked for me because I never judged it. All emotional motivators are raw mental energy, and that can be converted to external motivation based on behavior. The more emotional the motivator, the more power it packs. So embrace your emotional motivators and turn them from burning embers into rocket fuel that will keep you mentally tough for a lifetime. Remember, it's only 2 steps, and remember, you can do it. I'll see you next time.